Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you.
Okay, so tonight obviously was a tremendous statement win for us, and I'm super proud of our effort. I thought that the team you saw today was a completely different team than what we saw our first game of the year. We had an opportunity to work on some things, clean some things up. Although we didn't score as many points as we're accustomed to scoring in the first half, I felt like we were still in the game and we hadn't played our best ball yet. Halftime came, we made some adjustments, talked about some things, and then we came out and we started following our game plan to the T, and everything was flawless from that point. Then you can allow the players to just be players. And they are tremendous hoopers, and the two sitting to the right of me, my goodness, they should be everything when it comes to Conference USA. But I commend them for the effort that they put in on the defensive end, and I commend them for the effort that they put in on the offensive end as well, and on the glass, because they were the reasons why we turned this thing around and were able to come out with the win.
Yeah, I think at one point they had 45 of your 55 points.
And you know what's so exciting about this moment is I saw this happening while I was recruiting Iggy. This is what I envisioned. I envisioned two people that probably didn't know each other, probably couldn't stand each other because they had to play against each other, but having the opportunity to recruit Iggy and be a part of our program, Weezy was the first person that I talked to. And I said, how you feel about it? I said, Iggy Allen's in the transfer portal. How you feel about that? And she was like, I'm cool. And so from that moment, I just started building, planting seeds, and now we have this moment of fruition. It has come to be, and when you see the magic that the two of them can make as the match and the lighter fluid, there's bound to be fire, you know? With the way that they play so competitively, with the way that they grind things through, that type of friction they create in the game will light a fire for our team on either end of the floor.
So do you guys have like salt and pepper? Or,
That's a good one.
Venom and the antidote.
Hey, I like that.
You do have a chemistry, and it's second game of the season, and there's some chemistry between you guys. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Honestly, I just think it's a maturity thing. We're not trying to compete against each other. It's following, a lead. She step up to the plate, I step up to the plate. I started off, she come right behind me. So I feel like just us playing, intertwined or whatever, I feel like that makes it better because we ain't competing against, each other. We compete against everybody else. So as long as we just stay together, we're going to be good this year.
No doubt.
Well, it starts in practice with us, constantly giving each other advice and just talking each other through plays and coverages and stuff like that. So it starts in practice, and I'm glad that it shows in the game.
All right.
You guys did not have a great shooting first quarter, 2
Correct.
for 12.
Correct.
Was that just ball not going in?
I think it was more so we were just a little tight because they were doing things. They were hard hedging, and they would drag that hedge out or maybe switch. So it had our guards kind of a little passive and playing on their toes. But when we got into the second half, I told them, put your shoulder down. Low man always win. Put your shoulder down, turn the corner. You're going to be open, because the way that we have abilities to shoot from the mid-range, to drive to the rim, to shoot the three, they're going to give you something. So just be bold in whatever it is that you do and remain confident. The ball's going to go to the basket. I have complete faith in them. I see them every day work on the offensive end and the defensive end, and it's a work that is pleasing and it matches what the game loves. So now when they can go out there and just perform relaxed, good things always happen.
Iggy described the team, I think, as a wild card, and Aisha described the team as underdogs. Are those both accurate descriptions?
I like them having that mentality. Yeah. I do, because the underdog and the wild card is almost like walking up on an injured bear in the forest. You better run because it's going to fight for its life. And that's what as the coaches, we have a running joke. We call them wild dogs, and wild dogs travel in packs. And that's what they are. And these two are the leaders. Wherever they lead, this team is going to follow. And I love the fact that they have the type of games where they don't got to do a lot of talking because they do it all through their work. And it's gritty and it's grimy and it's in your face and it's competitive and it's relentless. And I'm here for it all.
You had a 2-point lead when Mariah picked up her 4th foul in the 3rd quarter. She didn't play for about the next 14 minutes. When she checked back in, you were up 15. Is that something that would have even been possible last year?
No, it wouldn't have. It would not have. Number one, because we didn't have subs. We didn't have the numbers. And then number two, if we did make a sub, it was to put a freshman in. But what you have with what we have with this team is we have veterans that I can move around because they have versatile games. You know, I could put Iggy at the 1, 2, 3, or 4. I could put Weezy at the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And when Mariah, I don't want to call her Snoop, when Mariah had to sit down because of foul trouble, no problem. We'll put the ball in Iggy's hand. And now when you have two veterans out there that have the chemistry that they do, the game is still flawless and we can still flow with the fluidity that we're used to playing with.
Why the nickname Weezy?
My last name, Wayne, and Lil Wayne kind of just, went together.
How did you feel when, you were the leader of this team last year, you leading score and all that? Was there any hesitation when Coach said, hey, Iggy's in the transfer portal?
No. I'm very confident, in who I am. I knew just bringing somebody like that, it would kind of build my leadership skills because I know she's older than me. So although I am leading the team, it's also good to, follow in certain areas too. So I know that could be an opportunity for me to get better as a leader. So I didn't look at it as like, somebody else coming over and doing this. Nah, let me see what I can learn from her so I can build my game up on both ends, leaderships and on the court.
And, they have a saying in the real world, in the streets, real recognizes real. And I think that the two of them, when they see each other, they recognize the realness in one another, especially from the persons that they are, and the players that they are. Hoopers love hoopers. And when hoopers can unite and connect, then you have something great going on. And, with Weezy, I told her, I said, Weezy, it could really be trouble. I said, y'all two playing together? That's scary.
Oh.
That's scary. And I said, so I'm glad that you're okay with that. If you have an opportunity to talk to her, talk to her. Start building a relationship. Start planting a seed. Because I told her, I said, you two have so much in common. Y'all don't even understand it. And now that they're playing together and they see that they have so much in common, it's beautiful to witness and watch.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys get along on the court before you came here?
I had a lot of respect for her when they came and played at FAU. When they played against us, I was like, I want her best shot. I want her best shot, and I had a lot of respect for, her game, and I still do. So it's just wonderful to be able to play with her.
I feel like for me, it was the complete opposite. It was her. I think it was her first year at FAU. Mm-hmm. So when she came, FAU, was a team that we would always just be kind of look over. Well, not look over, but you get what I'm saying. And when she came, I was like, "Is somebody else on the floor they can keep up with me?" So it was like, okay, well, let's go head to toe. So I'm just glad, I don't have to compete against her again. That's all.
It was a good battle.
Right.
I'll tell you that. Iggy scored, Weezy scored. Iggy scored, Weezy scored. It was amazing to coach against that. But having them on the same team is a treat. It really is.
Coach, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay. Coach, you weren't kidding when you said this would be a game between 2 juggernauts. How do you feel your team was challenged tonight, and how does it feel to get the win?
I think that we were challenged in regards to us being disciplined on the defensive end and being poised and patient on the offensive end. I was really surprised that they didn't come out and press us for 40 minutes like they're accustomed to doing or like I saw them do against Georgia Southern. Maybe they learned from that game and said, you know what, we need to pull back because we fatigue ourselves and then we can't produce on either end of the floor. So that worked to our advantage. I think what also worked to our advantage was the game that they had to scout was a game that we shot pretty good from the 3-point line and from the perimeter. So now that had to switch up how they wanted to guard us. And then once we got our footing within the game, we were able to open the game up as soon as the ball started going in from the outside. And we started solidifying ourselves in the paint by boxing out and giving them one opportunity. And I think we didn't give up any offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken. So that might be a pretty good thing.
And then, Coach, that was a close game against big SEC school Auburn. How did you pull away in the second half, and what did you say to push your team to a win?
What did I say, y'all? What did I say?
Stay poised. Go out there and do what we do.
That's it. It's all about us. It's never really about what the other team is doing. It's more so about what we are or are not doing. And we were not playing as relaxed as I would have liked for us to. You know, Weezy was getting the open looks, and she came to me and she was like, should I keep shooting? I was like, girl, stay bold, keep shooting, because I believe in you, and that ball is gonna fall. And eventually it did. So I didn't want to come to her and say, stop shooting. I just said, the only thing that I said was, maybe take a rhythm jumper. I don't know, see what happens, but I don't want you to stop being aggressive, because aggressive is Weezy, and when Weezy's aggressive, Weezy plays well.
Thank you. And then I have a question for you, Weezy. It's your second time getting a win over Auburn. In addition, you also got another double-double. Last time it was 35 points and 10 rebounds. This time you got 19 points and 11 rebounds. How does it feel to get that back-to-back win with big-time stats again?
It feels great. I think the first time, I don't want to say it was a shocker, but it was a shocker. And now, the second time around, I feel like this was the statement. Like, we're not a team that people can just look over. SEC, Conference USA, we're not a team that people can just come and run us off the floor, especially with our home court. We like to, win all our games or whatever on our home court. So, I think it was more of a statement, like, we here and we here to stay. So it felt really good.
Alicia, was that the kind of statement you talked about this being a statement game?
It definitely was. Anytime you have someone who they consider a mid-major, I consider us high mid-major, and we beat a Power 5 team, that's newsworthy. Yeah. I want to see that go across the ticker on ESPN. I want Jay Harris to talk about that when he's doing his segment on ESPN. I want to see that on SportsCenter because it's worthy of it being noted. And I think that it's easy for people to always just overlook the work of the players and the coaches on this level, and they always focus on where the big dogs are, apparently. But when you look at the first week of play, opening up the season, there were a lot of Power 5 teams that got knocked in the mouth by high mid-major and mid-major and sometimes even lower level opponents. So this is something for us to be proud of and to hang our hats on. Some may call it a statement win. I only say that because that's what people think of it. But this was just another good win for us because we're just that good. So that's how I see it.
I'll text Jay.
Okay. I'm going to text him too. Everyone good?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.